Hey, Igor here, and I'm shooting this video to give a quick video testimonial to Ross's Bowring mentoring program. Now, first of all, I'd like to go way back, about 5 or 6 months back when I first started with Ross. Now, it wasn't easy to secure this guy in the first place. I had to literally chase him down for weeks before he would agree to have a call with me, to interview me, whether I fit his coaching program, not to mention that he kept saying just how busy he was, writing stuff because he is a seven-figure copywriter. However, I'm really happy that I kept with it and I got him to coach me because, at first the goal was to multiply my income, to double it. But today, 5 months later, it's actually multiplied 6 times over. And if I were to actually take the investment that I invested with Ross into his coaching and the money I got out of it, I have actually made thousands and thousands of percent of ROI, because whatever I invest with this guy multiplies by dozens of times anytime I simply follow his advice. Now, don't get me wrong, it's kind of like a two-way streak, if you will, because the only reason I'm successful with Ross's coaching program is because I've been literally taking lots of action on what he does and what he says, and the advice that he gives me, obviously. And as a coach myself, I realize just how valuable it is. So if you apply for his mentoring program and you pass the initial interview with him, I really recommend you get your ass in gear and do everything this guy says you need to do, because then the results will be simply mind-blowing. Now, to give an example just how mind-blowing it can be, the car I'm sitting right now, okay, let me actually give you a little tour of the car, okay. This car right here is a 3.6 V6 engine, 303 brake horsepower. It's a Buick LaCrosse. I bought it just a couple of weeks ago and I'm enjoying it. Man, it's so good. I mean, I actually had to switch a car because the trunk in my old one was too little for my baby's stroller. But, I mean, when you think about it, you step into the dealership and you write out the check for this car. I mean, I bought it in cash. I didn't even have to lease it or do payments. I literally sat down with the salesman and then wrote out a check for just over $50,000. That's what this car costs in Israel. I know it's much cheaper in the US, around 30-something K. But I believe that's a major achievement. In fact, it's one of my life goals to own a muscle car. Now, I don't know if you consider, a LaCrosse with 300 brake horsepower a muscle car, but to me that's about 3 times as powerful as any car I've ever driven. So if you ask me, it's a muscle car, and boy, it goes. Anyway, before I wrap up this video, I just wanna say this. I've invested over $40,000 into coaching at this point in my life. Okay, oftentimes it's not as advertised, if you will. They tell you they want you to succeed, they tell you how much they care about you, but oftentimes it's not, and you have to wait for days before you get a reply to your email. You have to wait for a month or two to secure a call, and the actual attitude of the coaches is like, I tell you to do it, you can do it, you cannot do it, I get paid anyway. Now with Ross, it was always more of a hands-on coaching. He would gladly step in for me, edit my pages, help me tweak my copy. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times he stepped in, tweaked my copy, and doubled my responses, simply allowing me to get twice as high ROI on the traffic I purchased and on the sales that we're getting from my pages. Not to mention that there was one ad this Ross wrote for me. And again, he's a seven-figure copywriter, so he knows what he's doing. That brought in well over $200,000 worth of business, increased my position in the marketplace, and today I'm if not number one, but I'm the top 3 in my specific niche. The go-to guy. I am that one guy that people want to work with. and all thanks to the positioning and the results I've been getting with Ross. And so basically what I'm trying to say here is, he will not just take your money and sit there and tell you, go buy traffic. This guy will actually step in, help you tweak your campaigns, help you modify your marketing, will be literally working hand in hand with you on improving your sales process and on creating, the way he likes to put it, premium funnels, which is, in other words, making many times over profit that's many times over what you've been making from the same amounts of traffic, from the same marketing effort that you've been doing until now. So Ross, personally to you, I cannot thank you enough. If I weren't shy, I would probably cry in this video, with all the emotion that's overflowing. But this is the best decision I've made in my life so far with regards to coaches and investing in mentoring, because the 2013 is promising to be the most profitable year yet. I'm on my way to 7 figures, and it's all thanks to you, and thank you for that. And again, anyone who's thinking of joining Ross and trusting him with your business, well, it's a no-brainer. If you want to take my word for it, take it. If not, then you're losing out on lots of money, and you're probably leaving tons of it on the table. So with that said, I wish you a prosperous 2013. Igor Kheifets is out. I'm gonna ride my car a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go back to making some more money. Alright, so take care. Bye-bye.